let's hope this works. Welcome back inside the garage, everybody. Thanks for joining me on another video. Before we get started, I know I said that this was going to be the next video. As you can see, I'm kind of going ahead of myself, kind of cheating a little bit. Intake is done. The valve cover is not yet done because I can't find aircraft stripper anywhere. So in order for me to lay down the paint properly, I need to be able to strip the old paint off of that one, and I can't find it anywhere. Lowe's, Home Depot, AutoZone, Advanced, you name it, no one around here has it. So I have to wait until it comes in, or I can get it from somewhere else. So for now, we are going to get started on this. To get this done, what I need to do is run the wires. As you can see, this is a momentary push button. So you have a power source, you have a ground, and then you have whatever it is that you want to power or power via the switch. I have this extra piece of trim as well as some other pieces of trim back there. Horde parts, Horde EF parts, save the EFs, all right? I know I'm kind of going against everything I believe in by drilling a hole into this thing, but I have a few of these, so I can spare this one, and it's gonna be really nice. It should sit nice and flush against there, and it's gonna have that S2000 kind of feel, right by the key, ignition on, push to start. Let's hope so. So I'm gonna go ahead and set you guys up, and we will get started on fitting this, and then we're gonna start working under there. All right, so we are gonna go ahead and mount our switch to our little block off tray here. So what you wanna do is, as you can see, this has a threaded shaft on it. So you're gonna go ahead and get this off just like this. So here it is, guys. This is pretty clean for what it is, for what I use. I sent drill bits through until I got to the biggest one, and then just kind of cleaned it up a little bit, and then I hit it with a Dremel to get this in. So there's this. Here we go. Moment of truth. That's nice and snug, and it is centered. So this is taken care of. I like the way this looks. We're gonna go ahead and throw the retaining pin on it, or the retaining clip, and this is what you got. It is the next day here, guys, and yes, the valve cover is still on, I know, but we went ahead and took care of that fuse box. It is relocated up there by the firewall. That is as secure as it's gonna get for what I need it to be for right now, and I'm happy. So it's out of here, and that's where it lives now. So that's cool. Got everything down there kind of tucked away and out of the way of any kind of moving parts or anything like that. I cleaned up those fuel lines. So we're gonna go ahead and run the wires for the push to start, and I'm probably gonna shorten this guy now that we moved it. I don't need it to be that long, or I'll just clean it up and we'll see. So time is limited today, as it always is. Let me go ahead and get busy, and hopefully I explain this to you guys properly. So here it is all done. Here's our ground. On this side of the ground, I have this fork connector because I'm gonna go ahead, the ground source that I like on this car, I already am grounding out the panel on, and that is a chassis ground. So I wanna slide this in there and clamp that bolt, this 10 bolt that I have there for that. Excuse the noise. Here's our 12-volt source, and then here's the output to the accessory, which again is the starter solenoid. I went ahead and measured roughly the distance of wire that I'm gonna need. I'm gonna go ahead and test this first, run all the wires nice, and then button everything up, so stay tuned. again, this works. So what we have to do now is take all this stuff apart, run the wires properly, run it back to the switch, get this installed into the dash, and that'll be it. We'll wrap this one up. So let me go ahead and do that. Before I do that, let me show you guys. Hey, what are you doing? All right, so like I said, 88, 91, 92, 95, 96 to 2000, so on and so on. I'm not sure if later in the years of the production or later in the production years, would that give you a check engine light if you disconnected your starter solenoid? I don't know. So disclaimer, 88 to 2000, let's say, let's play it safe. You can do it this way without any type of issues. So all you need is a 12 volt source, a ground for the switch, and then send your signal to your starter solenoid. So if you are not familiar, here is your starter motor. That's your starter 12 volt that goes into the fuse box right there. And then here is your starter solenoid where our little lead is going to go connected to. So I lost you guys there. So that's how this works. I do have to clean this up, and in case you're wondering, here is the factory connection for that. So it's one of these plugs. We're going to go ahead and tuck that to the side, protect it from the elements, put a little piece of heat shrink on it, cover that up, and then we are going to do the same for our new starter lead. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap that up, and let me set you guys up again. Hopefully we can finish this in about an hour, because that's all I got today. This is like day 4 of me trying to get this done, so let's hope I can get this finished in time. And here is the end result, guys, minus the painted valve cover. It's coming, I promise. This is what this is gonna look like. Our red wire is going to our starter solenoid right there. That's the signal. That's our signal to the switch, or from the switch to, you get it. That's it. And here's our loom, our positive loom going into the fuse box. Fuse box is secure. So this turned out pretty good. That's going into the cabin there, right there, as you can see. So that's that. Again, this, for what it is for right now, I'll take it. It looks pretty good. Not too bad. Before we do that, I did want to show you guys the intake, how the intake turned out. That's the wrinkle black. It looks really coarse up here. I think I laid it on too thick, and then that pipe came out a lot better. So I'm gonna use those practices on the valve cover here when that time comes, and everything, what is she doing? Everything will match and look nice. Headers might be next, exhaust might be next. We do have a radiator sitting there ready to go. So we're gonna go ahead and take care of that stuff. Let me show you guys what's going on inside, wrap this up, and that's it. Hopefully from this angle you can see what's going on. I'll go ahead and take a picture, I guess, and throw it in there. But here's our switch panel on, our ignition's here, and our push button's here. So I'm gonna go ahead and send power to this. When the ignition is on, everything else comes on as it should. We're gonna go ahead, send power to the switch, make sure I'm in neutral, and here we go. There it is. And once the car starts, I don't need this red light in my face, so I can go ahead, shut the switch off, and that's it. Everything works out. So I'd say this worked. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Back to the list, you guys, and guess what? We just knocked 2 things off of this list, and the fan is already kind of on a switch, so I think we're done. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. Someone's excited for new things. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to everyone who has been supporting the channel, supporting me. Thanks, that's all I gotta say. Trust me, I know who you guys are. I really appreciate it. There are things coming. As you can see, something going on back there that's pretty cool. Something back here is gonna change, and something back here did change. We went ahead and upgraded the tail lights to LED as well. If you wanna see those, let me know. Those came out pretty good. I do have a seat upgrade, something-ish that's gonna happen soon, and that's it. So thanks, guys. Catch you on the next one. Stay busy.